Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online class. You are watching Chamam, and today we'll be continuing with our civics class, chapter 2, the president and the vice president. So, in the previous video, we have discussed that how the election process is conducted, what is the tenure of the election, what is the manner of the election that we have seen it's indirect election, and what are the reasons for conducting the indirect election. We have also come to know about the what is the vacation term of office, and finally we saw that what is the procedure of the impeachment of the president, right? So today we'll be continuing with the chapter. Today we are going to discuss the important powers of the president of India. Okay, so first of all, there the powers are actually classified under four heads. Number one is executive power, number two diplomatic power, number three legislative power, and under the legislative power there are so many other sub duties that are expected for a president to be performed while in his responsibility. Okay, so today let us discuss about the executive powers. You need not worry about your notes, it will be followed off after the class, after the videos. Okay, so executive powers is here. The executive power of the president includes the head of the union administration. Okay, we know that president is considered as the supreme most head of the executive power, so obviously he will be considered as the head of the union administration. All the executive orders, execute, the word itself means to make something put into practice. Okay, so he says that the execute orders are issued in the name of the president itself. All the union officials are his subordinates. Okay, so all those council of ministers, prime minister, everyone comes under the subordinate judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, other lieutenant governors, the attorney general, so many other subordinate people, they come actually under the president itself. Then appointment of officials of the state, so it is totally entrusted on the president that he will be responsible for appointing of the officials of the state. The president makes appointments to key posts to run the government's administration. So he appoints the prime minister, the council of ministers on the prime minister's advice, obviously, and he summons the leaders of the majority group in the parliament and ask him to form the government. Okay, so it is actually in the hands of the president that he orders these things. He asks these things, these and these things to be done. So he is the one who actually appoints the prime minister and the council of ministers. Obviously, for appointing the council of ministers, he takes advice from the prime minister that who all will be the most eligible people to be involved in the council of ministers. And then the chief justice and the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, it is also been under the executed or decided by the president himself. And the various governors of the state, every state is entrusted with one governor, and who will be the governor of a particular state, that will be also decided by the president. The lieutenant governors and the chief commissioners of the union territories, not only of the state but also of the union territories also, it is the duty of appointing them is entrusted with the president itself. Then we know that we will be having the comptroller and the auditor general of India. Auditor general means who will be completely looking into the matters of the income and expense of the country, and in association with the finance minister, whenever he makes a budget, it also associates with the auditor general. Then the chairman and the member of the Union Public Service Commission. Okay, UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, I hope you all are familiar with this. And the chairman of the members of the union as UPSC will be also appointed by the president. The chairman and the members of the planning commission, planning commission, every we have a constitution follows a 5-year planning commission. Okay, so even the chairman of that planning commission will be appointed by the president itself. Then the chairman and the members of the economic commission, whenever appointed, okay, whenever economic to to take evaluation of the economic status of the country, the whenever this commission is been appointed, at that time the chairman of the economic commission will be also appointed by the president. Then second power that comes under the executive power is that control over the state governments. Okay, so the union government may give necessary directions to a state during the president rule, and the control of the union government over the state is complete. So total control over the union government will be given again undertaken by the president itself. Then again the union territories and the border areas. Okay, we know that every state have its border, and every country also have its border. Okay, so the union territories and the border areas inside the country, the union territories of the the borders of the each state and the borders of the union territories and the border areas of our country also, the administration of these areas will be directly under the observation of the president itself. Okay, so these are the powers, executive powers that comes under the president of India. So now let us discuss about the diplomatic powers. Now what do you mean by diplomatic powers? The president has the power of appointing the Indian ambassadors to the other countries. We know that our country have Indian ambassador in every country, every foreign country. There will be one ambassador who will be representing our own country there, and this is mainly for the welfare of the people in Indian embassies in the foreign countries. Okay, so the Indian ambassador will be going to many foreign countries in related to the matter of trade and commerce or any of the foreign affairs with our country. So he receives him. So this Indian ambassador is appointed by the president itself, and he receives the ambassadors, high commissioners, and diplomatic envoys from foreign nations. Also, whenever a foreign president, prime minister, or a king from any other country who visits India, it is the president who goes and personally receive them, and with all of dignity and honor, and try to maintain the good and friendly relations with them. All treaties and international agreements are concluded in the name of the president. Now, all the international agreements and the treaties that our country signs with the foreign country will be completely under the permission or under the observation of the president itself. The president represents India in international conferences, like SARC, South Asian SARC conferences, and the other international and global conferences. President will be representing, but you might have heard that in some places prime minister will also represent. So but in a major concerns, it is the president who represents. So these are the diplomatic powers and executive powers of a president of our country. Okay, so in the coming video we will be discussing more about the legislative powers and also the financial powers of the president. Okay, so keep reading with your textbook. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Be safe. Be secure.